What if I told you you are not thinking most of the time? You are replaying the same fears, the same doubts, the same memories that should have faded years ago. And the most dangerous part is this: you don't even notice it happening because it feels like you, but it's not you. It's a loop, a mental system running on autopilot. And if you don't interrupt it, you don't grow, you just repeat your past in different situations. Your brain is not designed to be original all the time. It is designed to be efficient. That's why it prefers repetition over new thinking. In neuroscience, this is linked to something called neuroplastic reinforcement. It simply means the more you think a thought, the stronger that pathway becomes. So if you repeat worry, your brain gets better at worrying. If you repeat doubt, your brain gets better at doubting. Not because those thoughts are true, but because they are familiar. And the brain always chooses familiar over correct. Now here's where it gets deeper. A thought alone is weak, but when emotion attaches to it, it becomes powerful. This is called emotional conditioning. If a thought once made you feel fear, embarrassment, or rejection, your brain tags it as important. And then it stores it like a warning signal. So now, even in completely new situations, your mind pulls up the same old emotional response. That's why anxiety feels repetitive. That's why overthinking feels endless. You are not reacting to new problems. You are reliving old emotional patterns in new environments. And slowly, something even more dangerous happens. You stop having thoughts and start becoming them. I am anxious. I overthink. I always mess up. But those are not identities. They are repetitions. And repetition builds identity. This is called self-reinforcing belief loops. The more you say something about yourself, the more your brain tries to prove it right, even if it hurts you. Because the brain prefers consistency over change. Even a painful identity feels safer than an unknown one. That's how people get trapped inside themselves without realizing it. Not by one big decision, but by thousands of small, repeated thoughts. But here's the interruption point. You don't need to fight your thoughts, you only need to notice them differently. The next time a familiar thought appears, don't argue with it, don't obey it. Just label it, this is a replay, not truth, not identity, just a replay. Because the moment you see a thought as repetition, it loses authority. It stops being a command and becomes an object you can observe. And what you can observe, you can slowly change. You were never meant to believe every thought you have. You were meant to see them and choose which ones deserve to stay. Because your mind is not your enemy. It becomes dangerous only when it runs without awareness. And awareness is the first break in the loop.